So here, that resources actually, so these are the resources. We are going to learn it, that Azure keyword, we are going to use it for that credential purpose. And yes, as I said, the data engineer, actually, you are going to interact with the different types of data sources or storages. Your business data, you may have it in that your on-premises SQL Server. You may have it, the on-premises SQL Server. Nowadays, actually, companies are migrating the data from that our on-premises to the cloud environment. The on-premises data storage may be that your SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server. Or your business data, you may have it in that file system, local file system. The local file system, same on-premises. Or you may have that your business data in the Snowflake. The Snowflake is the cloud-based data warehousing environment. So in the data warehouse, you may have that your business data, Snowflake, you may have it. And you may have that your data, that AWS, the AWS S3 bucket, the file format data, you may have it. Or you may have it in that AWS Redshift environment. Or you may have that your business data in that Cosmos DB. Cosmos DB is one of the database. Cosmos DB is one of the database, NoSQL database. So you may have that your business data in the Cosmos DB. Or you may have that your business data in that REST API, web services, REST API. Your business data, you may have it in the different types of storages. Even that our Snaps is that one of the storage environments. The Snaps Azure-based data warehouse environment. So you may have that your business data is here. So that different types of business storages or sources, you may use it in your business. Either that storages, you may use it like a source or target environment. From that one environment, for example, you may have that your business data in that AWS S3 bucket. From that environment, you have to bring the data into that your cloud data lake storage or cloud SQL, Azure SQL or Azure Blob storage. Your business data, it may be available one of the different storage environment like here, what I have mentioned. So if you are going to interact with this, so you should know how to interact with this type of storages. So that connections and getting the data, how we can do it now using this data factory we can reach. The data factory here, actually, we are going to use it like a ETL tool. Usually the ETL is nothing but extract, transformation, and load. Extracting data from that your one of the source and load the data into that your target environment. In between that one, you can do that business related changes. So logical, you can apply that one, that logical changes, it's called the transformation. That transformation, actually, usually what we will do it now. So if it is the normal small size of data, then using that our data factory itself, we can do the transformation. The data factory, we can use it for that ETL and ELT, both the purpose we can use it. ETL na extracting data and doing the transformation, then loading the data into the target environment. ELT na extracting data, load the data into the your target environment, and then you are doing the transformation. Again, you are going to load it into the one of the another storage environment like your data warehouse or the data lake storage environment. ELT, ETL and ELT purpose, you can use that as a data factory. And big data process. Big data process, actually, so big data, so I'm having that huge amount of data, millions of record I'm having, and I want to do that, all the transformation, business related logicals, I want to apply that one. So then I can use that Databricks. So Databricks, mostly nowadays, they are using the Databricks for handling that big data. 2-3 years back, actually, they have used that Hadoop technologies, but nowadays, the maximum companies, they are using that Databricks for that big data process. So main purpose, actually, here, this Databricks, we are going to use it for that data processing, that transformation types of things. We are going to do it using that Databricks. And the cloud Azure data warehouse environment is the data warehouse environment. Azure Snaps, especially, we are using as a data warehouse storage. Here, the Delta Lake storage also we can use it. The data Snaps environment will support the SQL related process as well as Spark related process. Then our Databricks types of things, big data process. So these are the major resources actually we are going to learn it. Then finally we are going to learn that what the important concept is called the CI/CD. So what is the meaning of CI/CD now? So continuous integration and continuous deployment. So this is the one we are going to use it for deployment from one environment to another environment, development to testing, testing to the production environment. If you want to move that to your projects, usually here it is called the pipelines. The pipelines, if you want to move it from that one environment to another environment, it is called a deployment. For the deployment purpose, we are going to learn the CI/CD. So this is a DevOps concept. This is a DevOps concept. So this is one also we are going to learn. So this is the one actually. So we are going to use it for the deployment from one environment to another environment. Right? So this is a high level content actually what we are going to learn it. The detailed content here it is available. So you guys can get it from that your representatives from that your institutes actually can get it. This is the one you will get it. So from the scratch level, we are going to learn it this Azure data engineering. So what is the cloud computing? What is the Azure? Why the cloud computing is need? What is that cloud computing? So then we are going to learn that basic SQL concept, that Azure SQL related things we are going to learn it. So then we are going to learn that Azure Data Factory, and the Azure Data Factory, the live real-time scenario basis, we are going to see that every concept, real-time scenario basis, we are going to learn it. That integrated runtime, Azure storages, copying multiple files. So every one, the scenario, so live scenario basis, we are going to take it. The live environment, it is going to be that huge amount of data. Here, scenario is going to be the same live environment, but number of the volume, the data volume, it is going to be small. But scenario is going to be that live scenario, real-time scenario basis only we are going to learn. So using the data factory, we are going to learn that all the ETL or ELT related process. So we are going to learn it. So then we are going to learn that Databricks. So Databricks using the PySpark. PySpark is a language, scripting language, which we are going to use it in that our Databricks environment. PySpark developed from that Python only. So first we are going to learn that Python few classes, 4-5 classes. It will be the Python introduction, from the Python introduction and Python variables, Python functions. So few classes, first few class, so 4 to 5 classes will be the Python. Then we are going to learn that Spark concept. So what is a Spark? What is a Spark architecture? How that your Spark engine is running or functioning. And from that one, how this Databricks is working. So the Databricks, what is a notebook? The notebook, how we are going to use the data, PySpark, and how we are going to process that data using that Databricks or PySpark. And the data, if it is available in that your CSV file, or that your data, if it is available in that your JSON file, or that your business data available in that your Parquet file, or that business data available in that your SQL, Azure SQL environment. So how we are going to process the data from this environment. So all the things actually we are going to learn. And then finally, we are going to learn that Snaps concept. So Snaps is one of the resource. So how we are going to learn the Snaps? What is the Snaps? Actually, in that Snaps, how we can create the workspace and why we have to create the workspace. Inside of the workspace, actually, what we are going to use it, what is the pipeline, what is the notebook, and what is the SQL server, serverless SQL pool, what is a dedicated SQL pool. So how we are going to use that Spark pool, okay, and how the file format data store it into that our Snaps environment. So how that SQL pool, everything is working inside of that our, so that external table, internal table concepts. So how we can create that our tables, that external tables and internal, so that managed table. So it's called managed table. So how we can use all these things. So that things we are going to learn it in that our Snaps environment. So that overall actually, so it is going to take that 50 to 60 hours, around 50 to 60 hours. Okay. we have to spend that 50 to 60 hours. So the session, it will be daily 1 hour session. And if you learn this 50 to 60 hours properly, and if you do that hands-on properly now, I can assure you, surely you will get that knowledge like 2 to 3 years. If you're working as a Azure data engineer, what knowledge you will get it. So that much knowledge, surely you will get it, I can assure you. But that important thing is you have to spend enough time for that hands. At least what we are learning, those part, at least you have to spend that hands. Okay. So 2 to 3 years experience knowledge you will get it. Okay. And for working in this platform, this Azure platform actually, so we have to create that our Azure account. Azure account we have to create it. For creating the Azure account actually, so, you need that credit card and mobile number and email ID. So you have to use it. Using this one, you have to create that Azure account. The Azure account actually it will be that 30 days trial period available. So 30 days trial it will be available. So using this 30 days trial, you can use all the features. Suppose if you are having that more than one card now, so after completing this first card trial period, you can cancel and delete the account from the Azure portal. Then you can create that new account using the new credit card. But safer side, use that new email ID, new mobile number. But at least email ID use the new. So new email ID and card should be new one. So if you're having multiple cards, again another 30 days you will get that trial period. So some places, some scenarios actually the debit card also supporting. So some people tried and used it, some people tried and not able to create it. Maybe it's some restrictions from that bank. I'm not sure about that one, but so using that debit also you can try, but credit card confirm you can create that. Fine. Right. Let's get into that so actual role that Azure data engineering. Now, actually, we want to understand that one. Yes, we are going to learn all these things. So, if you are learning all these things, now we can work as the Azure data engineer. That's fine. But actually, what is the role of the Azure data engineer? So, to understand that one, we have to take that. So, I'm taking that one small business scenario, right? See here, I'm having that one of the business application. I'm having that one of the business application. Imagine this is my business application. Just for the easy understanding, I'm going to take that few inputs, only the few inputs. It is going to have that some of the input forms. See here, having some details like this. Imagine I'll take the training business. So this is inquiry form. Imagine this is my inquiry, the online inquiry. So here we are having that some of the input fields, first name. So they are going to entering the course. So what is the course? And their contact, mobile number, then location, like this. Okay, so they are going to this information. Then they are going to click the save button. After filling that all the information, actually they are going to fill the details. Usually, what will be happen? Any online application, so whatever that application, it may be that your e-cart application, that it may be that your so travels. I think my connection got disconnected and connected automatically again. So are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, boss.
Okay. So this is the business application. So one of the business application, it may be any domain application. It may be that so healthcare, or it may be that so finance related domain, or anything that normal retail, anything it can be that. So any application. So if you are creating that um, account, or that if you are filling that form, this type of things now. Usually what will be happen now when you click this button, so in the behind there will be a storage environment. That storage environment is called the database. That every application, the behind there will be a storage environment. The storage environment is called that database. So the database will have that table. The table is nothing but it's a collection of rows and columns. Table is nothing but it's a collection of rows and columns. The rows and columns will be there. So that rows and columns here, I'm having that 4 columns. I'm having that 4 columns. So that 4 columns here, I'm going to take it. See, this data, the first name will come here, the course will come here, that mobile will come here, and that location will come. Whenever you click this save button, usually what will be happen now? The data will come and store into this table as one record. As one record. Okay. So this is my business data. Like this, that everyone, what who are enquiring the details, all the information will be stored as one of the recording here. So this is online data. This is an online data. So this is my database. This is my database. So here I'm having the data. But my business data, so I'm not only going to get through that online only. Some people, they will come in person. Directly, they will come and inquire the course. So they are coming in person. They are coming in person. So here, they are coming and entering the details, and they are giving that information. So all this information, I have to store it into that storage. So in the local, what I'm going to use it now? I'm going to use that Excel for that local storage purpose. I'm going to use that Excel for the local storage purpose. Okay. See here, so that same type of information I'm going to have it. As of now, I'm keeping the same type of data. So that first name, that our last name, for course, mobile, location, all the information going to be there. The first name and course and mobile, so location, all the information will be available here. See, this is the database. This is the Excel. This is the Excel. This is my small business. Even for the small business, actually, I'm keeping the 2 different types of storage format I'm using here. 2 different types of storage format I'm using here. Imagine I'm having this type of business. So throughout the country, actually, I'm having the business. I'm having the business that are in main cities like Hyderabad, so Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, like that. That main cities, actually, I'm having the business. Everywhere, actually, data will be there. The data, and we are collecting the data that every business environment. So actually, my management, they are thinking like that one. Actually, we want to analyze our business, the overall country, how we are having the business, how it is growing, what is the status of business. We want to understand that one, which course they are entering more, and which course they are entering, which location actually they are entering. So every specific location, which course actually is in that top requirement. Everything actually we have to analysis. Every business, they are doing the analysis. Based on this analysis report only, actually, they are planning to grow that business, how they can grow the business. They are planning based on their analysis. But if you want to analyze, you need the business data. If you want to analyze the overall business, now you need that all the data into that one centralized storage environment. You want to store that data. Imagine I'm having that one centralized storage environment. So actually, I'm having this type of business data at the different locations. So that for 5-10 cities, actually, I'm having the business, and all the data I want to bring it into the one final centralized storage environment. Imagine, so one centralized storage environment, I'm having like this. I'm having like this. So this is going to be that my centralized storage environment. Actually, This is called that data warehouse. As of now, you can take that to data warehouse. The data warehouse is nothing but same like a database only. So here, yes, it is going to be a table. So here, so same type of 4 columns waiting. Same type of 4 columns. Right? So actually what I want to know, this is my final storage environment. So my business data I'm having in the different location. My business data I'm having in the different format actually. Different storage formats. So like that, my database and Excel, CSV format files, JSON files, the database, different databases like a SQL Server database, Oracle database. So MySQL, different types of storages actually. So we are using. So from the different storages actually, for example, so they are using that SQL Server, the Bangalore location. Some institute actually from that our Hyderabad location, they are using that Oracle. And from the Chennai institute actually, they are using that MySQL. And some other places actually they are keeping only the file format data only they are keeping. So different format data. So we are maintaining from that different format. Actually, as of now, we have taken that two types of format. One is a DB and then so Excel. So like this, every places actually they are having different location, different format data. But all the different format storage data, we have to bring it into that our final storage environment. The final storage environment here it is called the data warehouse. So the data warehouse here it is having the tabular structure. The tabular structure it's a database. It's same like a database only, but my source data it is available in the database. It is available in the file format also. Then all this data I want to bring it into that my this type of format. Then how? So for the purpose actually we are going to use that. We are going to use that. The technology is called ETL. The technology is called ETL. So we are going to use the technology is called ETL. So we are going to use that ETL. So what is the meaning of ETL? Extract, transform, load, extract, transform, and load. Right? So here that ETL extract, T so transform, T transform, L load. See, extracting data from the different sources. Extracting data from the different sources. And applying the logics based on that business requirement. So transformation, you are doing some transformation, data transformation. Then after the transformation, you are going to load the data into that your final storage environment. Final storage environment. Right? So this extract, transform, load. So using the ETL technology, actually we are going to bring all the different sources data into that our data warehouse. Okay, fine. ETL is a technology. But what is the tool name? Yes, that is the one of the tool here is called that Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory. The one of the ETL tool. The Azure Data Factory is one of the ETL tool. So this is a tool we can use it for the ETL purpose. This is a tool having the feature to connect with that different types of storages. The storages may be that your on-premises environment or the cloud environment. Even the cloud, it may be that your Azure cloud or that Google cloud or that AWS cloud. Anything. But Azure Data Factory has the feature to connect to the different types of storage. So using this one, I can interact with that my different sources and then I can load the data into that my target environment. So this is a task actually. Who's going to do that one? The data engineer is going to. The data engineer is actually is going to do this type of task. So the data engineers roles and responsibility now. Actually, what they're going to do now from the different sources. Actually, every business they will have the different storage environment and different locations. It may be that one. So from those locations or from the different sources, actually they have to bring the data and they have to do that transformations and then they have to load the data into the final storage environment. This is the one that data engineer is going to do that one. Here, Now come to that cloud. Our source environment, it is going to be the cloud environment. Nowadays, actually, every company they are bringing the data into the cloud environment. So that imagine my data warehouse, it's available in the cloud. Then surely I have to use the data factory only. I have to use it because the data factory having the feature to interact with that cloud as well as on premises. And one important thing is the data factory is that graphical user interface tool, no code technology. You don't want to write that any code when you are using this data factory for the ETL purpose. You don't want to write any code. It's a graphical user interface, just drag and drop. Just you are going to fill that inputs for the properties, right? So using this data factory, you can do that. All this ETL purpose. Sometimes actually you may have that big size data. Big data, if you are having that one, then using the data factory, you cannot do that transformation. It is not a right practice. Because the data factory, if you are going to use it for do the transformations for the big data now, then the performance actually will be down. It will take more time. So for doing that transformations for the big data transformation purpose, so that companies are they are using the technology called the data factory, Databricks. We can say that one Azure Databricks is one of the Databricks for that big data process. Databricks for the big data process. Mostly that our real time actually for the transformation purpose, we will use the Databricks for the transformation. But again and again, I'm saying the transformation. Actually, what is the transformation? So you people may be from non-IT, other people may be from that other technologies. So simple understanding, I will take that small, again, the small scenario. I'll take the small format of data. See, I'm having the data like this. I'm having the data like this. So the name. So I'm inquiring for the Azure Data Engineering course. So mobile number, just a random number I'm typing here. See here. I'm location from the Chennai. And country actually I'm having. So like a state I'm having like Tamil Nadu. And country India. I'm having the data like this. Imagine this is my data. My data is available like this. If my data available like this, now using this type of format data, I cannot do that any of the analysis. This is the right. This is not the right format for the analysis. Actually, data. Why we are collecting now? Everywhere they are collecting the data. Everywhere they are collecting the data. Why they are collecting the data now? So for their business growth. So how they are going to grow their business now? Especially for that advertisement purpose, marketing purpose. But the data actually they cannot expect that in all the time it will be in the proper format, proper structured format data. We cannot expect. Sometimes data will be in the proper structure. Sometimes it will be in the unstructured format data. A lot of duplicates may be there. A lot of spaces may be there. So this is one of the format. If my data available like this now, using this type of format data, I cannot do that any analysis. See, suppose if I want to take the data, so based on the state wise, I want to take the data. How it is possible? Using this type of format, it is not possible. Then what I want to do? I want to split this data like a structured format. This is not a structured format. Then what is a structured format? See here, structured format means this is structured format. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So this is one going to be for the name. I'm splitting like a columns. This is for the course. So this is for mobile number. And this is for the city. And this is for the state. And final word for the country. Actually, I'm splitting like this. Each one going to be the separate column. See, this is name. This is course. This is the contact number. What is it? 9087 something. So 54321 something. And location. The location. It should be in the separate. So location. State. Country. Actually, I'm splitting this type of format data. Actually, here it is like a single data. But now I have split it into that cells. So here the cells is nothing but it's a columns. So my table going to have the column header like this one. Table, course, name, course. So mobile. City, state, country. The proper structure, this should come in the top of this cell. But each one going to be a column header. So the records going to be like this. Now, state-wise, I can take the data. Or city-wise, I can take the data. Country-wise, I can take the data. Course-wise, I can take the data. Whatever I need, I can do it. Because my data now is in structured form, proper structured form. But actual data, what I got it the data in this section. This is not a right section. This is not a right section. But this type of data I have converted into this one. So this conversion is called a transformation. This conversion is called a transformation. This transformation I can do it using the data factory, database, both. Small amount of data, so I can do it using the data factory itself. The huge big data, so then I can bring the database because the database is having the feature distribution, parallel processing feature. Parallel processing. Especially the Databricks nowadays, why we are using the Databricks having the feature, the parallel processing, distributing your task. So instead of one machine, it is going to do that one, the process by the multiple machines parallel. So task going to be shared. So since it is having that multiple machines and sharing the task, the task processing time will be reduced because multiple machines going to do the process parallel. So performance getting increased. That is the reason nowadays for the big data processing Databricks service. Yes, so using Databricks, you can do the transformation. See another sample, simple example for the transformation, the easy understanding, logically. See here, I'm having some of the student data. I'm having some of the student data. Subject to 1, name, subject to 1, subject 2, subject to 3. Simply, I'm having 3 subjects. Easy understanding and taking this. So it is going to be that name. Subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. So I'm having that student records here. I'm having the students records. So so 3 students data set. 3 students. See here, Siva, subject 1, 70, something 80, and 90. So Raju, so 80, 70, 60. Right? So something Suresh having same 70, 90, something 60. This is student details. This is my source. This is going to be my source data. This is my source data. This data actually, what I want to do now, I want to move it into that my target site. This data, I want to move it into that my target site. So my target going to be like this. But here, when you are storing the data, actually, what do you want to do now? Along with the total, you have to store it. Along with the total, you have to store it. Right? See here, this is for the total. So when you are storing this data, that total also you should get that output. So 240, right? And 210, right? So here, so what is the total? 130, so 220, yeah, so 220. You have to bring this. Actually, the source, this total is not available. But when you are loading the data from the source to target, while you are transferring the data, you have to do this logics. Aggregations you have to do it. The aggregation, so sum, so multiplication, count, so this type of operations, you have to do it. Here I want to do that addition, sum of the values, sum of the three subjects. I want to write the logic. I can do the logic. I can write the logic. So while I'm loading the data into the target side, I will do this type of transformation logics. I will write it. Then the final storage output, it will be like this. This is also called transformation. Based on that, your business, actually, you are going to do that, some of the logicals, the implementation, right? That logical implementation, actually, it is called transformation. It's called a transformation. Okay. See, this type of transformation, we can do it either this data factory or the database. Then final data, we are going to load it into the data warehouse environment. All these things, who going to take care of it now? That the data engineers. The data engineers, actually, we are going to, as a data engineer, we are going to take care of all this type of process. So nowadays, actually, so there is a lot of opening for the data engineers now. Why? Because the main reason is actually all the existing business data, everything, actually, they are moving into the cloud environment. Actually, currently, maximum of the business data they are keeping in that on-premises. So they are migrating into the cloud environment, and a new setup, actually, they are doing in that cloud environment. So that is the reason, actually, nowadays, a lot of openings for that data engineers. Without data, there is no business. Without data, there is no business. Any domain. Any domain. Even you guys are attending today's sessions now. I hope you guys all are got that information regarding this training. So you may got that information today's demo message. You may got it today or yesterday or that last week you may got it. But everything is data. How they are distributing this message? They are having your data. Right? Same way, every business, actually, they are collecting the data. So some of the products, actually, you are searching in that Google, and the next day you are getting that alert message or that advertisement in that your Facebook account or Instagram. Then ads are coming. When you are seeing that YouTube video, it's getting that message. How it is getting? All our data. Technology in the behind, actually, so whatever it is, but everything based on the data. So data processing is very important. The data analyst, data engineers, data scientists. So these are the very important. So we are going to work as a data engineer. Actually, the data engineers, what we are going to do, process the data, finally what we are going to store it. This is the data finally going to be used for the analysis purpose. The reporting tool, they are going to take it. This data only, because the reporting tool for the data analysis purpose, the data, they have to get it the proper cleaned format data. Then only they can do the analysis. Most of the process, actually, so the analysis, actually, they are going to do it using this final data, what we are going to generate. So we are going to be the data engineers, going to be the upstream for the data analyst. So the data analyst is going to use the technologies like the Power BI. Like Power BI. Power BI is the data analyst tool, or we can say that one it's a reporting tool. This Power BI, so the data analyst team, they are going to use it. The team, actually, they are going to take the data from this, our final storage environment. So this is the data who going to generate, the data engineer is going to do. So the data engineers, so they are going to work here. This environment, the data engineer is going to work. This environment, the data analyst is going to work. So very less amount of transformations, so they will do it when they are doing the analysis. But what type of format data it is that's not a problem. Everything, so as a data engineer, we are going to deal it. It may be the structure or semi-structure or unstructured. Structured data, CSV format data as a structured data. JSON data, semi-structured data. unstructured data now, so there will not be any proper number of columns for all the records. Some records may have that 2 columns, some records may have that 5 columns, some records may have the 10 columns. Different structure of columns will be that each record. That is called unstructured format data. Your business data may be that structure or semi-structure or unstructured, but whatever the structure, we are going to process it and finally we are going to bring it into the proper structure. That is our responsibility. That is the data going to be used for the analysis purpose. This is the analysis report finally going to be referred by your management team. So based on this result or output of this analyst team, they are going to take the decision about your business. Got it? So this is the roles and responsibilities of the data engineers, and we are going to learn the same role, but the platform we are going to use that Azure platform. Nowadays, actually, for the data engineering purpose, maximum data engineering purpose, we are using data engineering, Azure data engineering, Azure environment they are using. AWS environment, primarily they are using for that infrastructure systems, but the data related process, data storages, maximum of the companies they are using Azure data engineering. So we are going to learn this Azure data engineering. So this is about that our demo part regarding this our training, this Azure data engineering. Now we can ask the questions if you're having any doubts. So today's demo session is over, and tomorrow actually again we are going to have that demo session. So tomorrow also we are going second day demo. The tomorrow session actually I'm going to take that small hands-on part. This is Azure portal. So from this Azure portal, how we can interact that our tools, that resources. So small data, just copying data from that our one storage to another data storage environment. How we can copy that, how we can create that some of the components. So that hands-on part actually, I'm going to take it in the tomorrow session. Tomorrow session also you guys can attend till Friday. You guys can attend. So tomorrow some hands-on it will be there, and Friday so actual first day session will be on Friday. So that's all for this first day demo, and you can ask the questions if you have.
Paul, will you send any notes for this?
Sorry?
Do you have any notes or material for this?
Actually,
Because
we are not going to send that any materials or document, because we are going to share this video every session's video. We will share it to the private view access. So you can refer that videos. Using that one, you can do the hands-on. That is enough.
Okay, right.
High-level differences now, AWS are one of the cloud and Azure is one of the cloud. AWS is the Amazon cloud and Azure is that our Microsoft cloud. But AWS having, I'm not sure about the cloud, but having some lagging. So like the data factory is the easiest tool, graphical tool. But AWS also having the tool for the data engineering purpose. But in that one, we have to write some of the scripts. So primarily data engineering purpose, maximum they are using this data factory using.
Right. So we have a bit of understanding about data engineering architecture now. So at the same time, where will we be using this Python, PySpark, and Spark?
Databricks. So Databricks, I said, right? Databricks is one of the two. So the Databricks, we are going to use that PySpark. But understanding the PySpark, we should have that Python knowledge, so that we are going to learn that basic Python. Then only we are going to learn that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Paul. Thank you.
So Abhilash, Ishwar, Priya, any doubt? Ishwar, actually, this is the main difference. So nothing big challenges. But the maximum, so data engineering. So nowadays using this data engineering, Azure platform. Infrastructure perspective, AWS using. Okay, if you don't have any doubt now. Yes, so fresher to experience, anyone can launch. So for the fresher, it will be value added. for the experience actually. So it will be for that career switchover and career growth. Sure, any further doubts?
Siva, thanks for your demo. We will contact you tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you. Abhilash, do you have any doubts?
No, sure.
Okay. So are you clear about this course, what we are going to learn it?
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, fine. So then we will connect again tomorrow, same 9 o'clock. Bye. Thank you all.
Thank you, sure.